Hey, hope you're having a great day out there. This is CNY Flavor, where we help teach you how to cook on a shoestring budget and how to just put things together quick, easy, economical, so you can stretch those dollars. Got a couple of great little segments coming up for you that we're going to put some quick recipes together and help you to stretch your dollars. Hey, this is a wonderful meal we're going to put together. We all know that the children love fish sticks. Adults do too, because I do too. And you can get, any type of fish stick, whether it's Gordon's, Van de Kamp's, Walmart, whatever the brand is that you particularly like. I'm going to show you how to do a fish stick casserole with rice, some cream of celery soup. Now, you don't have to use cream of celery. You can use cream of vegetable, cream of mushroom. There's some different variations that you can do according to your taste or your children's taste. This is an actual casserole you can get done in about 25 to 30 minutes after it bakes off in the oven, and they'll get to eat it all together. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cook the rice, okay? I got the minute rice instead of the long grain whole rice because that takes a lot more time and you have to actually cook it down, and you can spend a lot of time. So first thing we do is I got my water over there starting to boil. I'm going to cook 2 cups of rice. And the way the rice works, especially minute rice, is it's half the amount per the water. So if I got 2 cups, like I do, 2 cups of water in there, I'm only going to use 1 cup of rice because that's going to make me the 2 cups of rice that's required. Got a little salt, a little pepper. I'm going to chop up this onion here as my rice is on, because once the water boils, see, a lot of times people when they're doing the rice, they'll put it in and start cooking it till it boils. Get your water boiling first, add the rice, put your cover on it, take it off the heat, let it sit for about 5 minutes, that's it. And while that's being done, you start your preparation on this, okay? So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to take the onion here and we're just going to dice this up pretty fine. It doesn't have to be too fine. Remember always, safety with your hands, okay? Just cut it down. And you really don't have to worry so much about the uniformity of this particular recipe. So we just chop it down. Whatever technique that you're comfortable with, use it. And remember to go on CNYFlavor.com. Okay, that's our website where you can get little tricks and tips and stuff that can help you while you're in your kitchen. Makes it easier for you. CNYFlavor.com. Okay. So we're just going to put this right in a stock pot. Okay. Get that going. We're going to take cream of celery here. We're just going to put this right in. And then I'm going to add 1 cup of water, okay? Now, variation, if you wanted, you could use milk too, or skim milk. It's up to you, but I use water. And I pour it right in the can because there's still a lot of flavor in here, because you know how it all sticks to the sides of the can. And I want to get just about every little ounce out of here that I can. Shake it all up. See how it's all coming out? Put the rest of the 1 cup in there. Starts breaking it down. Put that in. Boom. I'm looking at a dash or a pinch of pepper, just a little between your fingers, and sprinkle it around. And you're looking at about a teaspoon of salt. I judge it right by the palm of my hand. If you feel comfortable using a teaspoon, just feel free to use a teaspoon. Mix it up just a little bit, and now it's going to go over on the fire. I already have the rice on. I already explained how you just drop the rice in, shut it off, take it off the heat. It'll start forming up within 5 minutes. We're going to bring this to a boil now, and then we'll be ready to marry all the ingredients and get it ready for the casserole that quick.
Perfect Game Imaging strives to deliver sport action photography that renders images that without us our clients and customers would normally not even see. I can't tell you how many viewers of our images have asked, "How did you get that shot?" Or, "I didn't even see that happen during the game." It is our mission to have our action shots hanging on the walls of the athletes' families' homes and offices as centerpieces to be cherished for a lifetime.
So we have the rice that's almost done, and we have the cream of celery soup in with the other ingredients, the onions and the salt and pepper. And it's important, the water, when you put it in and you're dealing with the cream of any type of vegetable soup, even the mushroom, it's important that you don't just put it in and not stir it, okay? If you want the quality of a restaurant, it's important that you put the time into it, okay? So you should stand there and stir it. Otherwise, it can get lumpy and it doesn't come out with that fluidity, I guess is the word I was looking for, so that you can actually see the cream and it just is really smooth, silky smooth. So this is really coming out well. I'm almost done with this. I'm bringing it up to a boil. Okay, it's starting to boil around the edges. Cream of soup can burn too, so you got to be careful of that and use the right pot. Not walk away from it. You'll hear me say that a lot on this show, is not walking away from things. Okay, so this is up to a boil here. It's really cooking nice. Another little trick here. Don't stick your nose over it to smell it, okay? See the steam boiling up here? Put your nose down and bring it to you, okay? That way it doesn't, get a burst and it burns your face. Bring it to you. You'll see cooks and chefs like that do that in restaurants, and it's really a safety thing so that you don't burn yourself. Okay, so this is all ready to go. I put this on low now. I'm going to bring my rice over. I took it off the heat. Oh, look at the steam come up. So I'm going to marry this right now. It'll still continuing the process, and it'll absorb some of the flavors from the soup. Beautiful. Then I'm going to mix this in. So I'm going to let this cook down. Remember, that's a terminology where I want to get some of the liquid out of it, okay? So I'm just going to let this sit on a low simmer for about 5 minutes. Let it simmer up. Remove some of the liquid out of it, marry into the rice, and then we'll be ready to put it into the casserole. I'll show you how to just spray it. You can use Pam, you can use Crisco, but you do want it greased a little bit on the bottom of the pan. We'll lay the fish sticks on top, and we'll be ready to go. Hey, welcome to Crazy Otto's Empire Diner. That's 100 West Albany Street right here in downtown Herkimer. You may remember me or notice me as the host at CNY Flavor. You can come on that website at cnyflavor.com and learn all about the cooking show that airs on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. But we're talking about Crazy Otto's Empire Diner right now. A lot of times you see TV shows, you wonder if the cook, the chef is there, if he really actually cooks or he actually is in a restaurant. Well, I'm one of the guys that have been there, done that, and is still doing it. Right here, you can come in, you can see me cook. I'm here virtually every day. Here at Crazy Otto's, they don't call us crazy for nothing. Everything here is fresh and homemade. As you can see, we fresh slice our tomato. Everything's done fresh to order. Doing actually a BLT right now. This is Michael, also happens to be my son. Hey, all right. Hey, welcome to Crazy Otto's. Come on in, give us a try. You won't be disappointed. So we have the rice mixture all ready to go. It's been simmering for a couple minutes. And if you can see this, the water is really absorbed into the rice. The other ingredients, everything's marrying really well. Got our casserole dish here. Again, you can use, Wesson. Just put a light coat on, Crisco. I'll just use a quick cooking spray. I have Pam here. And that's all you do is just put a quick coat right like that. Shut your stove off. And then this is just going to go right in to the pan. Okay. I'm going to take that. this over. Get this all in there. Boom. Beautiful. Gonna spread it out. Nice and even. And then I already have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And you know how with fish sticks, when you bake them in the oven, you put them on the sheet pan, you bake them for 6 to 8 minutes, and then you turn them over and you bake them another 6 to 8 minutes. You don't have to do any of that with this. You're going to take, I put 24 fish sticks here. You're just going to sprinkle them here over the top. Okay. You don't cover it with tin foil or anything. Just like this. And as you can see, it's all ready to go. My oven's ready. Drop my rack down, putting it right over the center. 25 minutes, you're done, ready for dinner. So it's been about 25 minutes. Everything's looking good. The rice, it's absorbed all the liquids in it. Fish sticks are on top, nice and done. And we're ready to pull this out. Oh, look at that. You can smell this, the flavors. You can smell the fish. You can smell the rice. Look at that. Okay, now I did 24 fish sticks, okay, which broken down, if you're going to do, you know, a family of 6, you each can get 4 of them, okay? So that's what I'm plating up is 4 at a time. And you just slide it onto your plate, take some extra rice. Now, if you wanted to add more fish to it, you could. And that's basically it, where you each are going to get 4 fish sticks. Nice heaping plate of the rice that's all mixed in, and I'm going to set this down. We bring you at CNY Flavor the cooking on a shoestring budget, economical meals that you can feed your family. They'll love you for it.
Join us at Harts Hill Inn on March 22nd for the 4th Annual Ladies' Night Out, an evening to benefit the Alzheimer's Association and its support for more than 11,000 people currently living with the disease here in the Mohawk Valley. The evening consists of shopping, dancing, raffles, drinks, and food, butlered by the volunteers from the Utica College hockey team. Purchase tickets for $30 each or 2 for $50 at alzcny.org or by phone at 315-617-4025. Event is presented by Brookdale Senior Living and sponsored in part by WUTR.
Hey, welcome to CNY Flavor. We got a great segment in store for you today. We're going to start off, and I'm going to do a wonderful monkey bread. You ever go out, you know, to a party or someone's house and they got a nice little spread going on, and you got this nice monkey bread that you just pick apart. It's got cinnamon and sugar. I'm going to show you how to do that today on CNY Flavor. You know, it's real basic ingredients. You know, you have your golden layer biscuits. They're pre-done. You can buy them in any store. Get them in the packs of 10. These particular ones are the honey butters. I like honey butter. Let me tell you too, be careful when you open these, because these are under pressure. A lot of people don't realize that. And read the label, because even on the labels it'll give you a caution that you're supposed to actually open it pointing away from you and others, because they have been known to explode. A lot of people don't realize that, and accidents happen. Half a cup of butter. You can use margarine, whatever you prefer. I use the real butter in this particular one. Half a cup of packed brown sugar, cup of regular granulated sugar. We're going to use a couple teaspoons of cinnamon, raisins. Got about a half a cup of raisins. You can use nuts if you like walnuts or pecans. You can use nuts too. That calls for the recipe. And I use a little Pam cooking spray for the greasing of the pan. Now you can use, you know, a baking pan that you bake like banana breads in, or you can use a bundt cake pan. I'm actually going to use a bundt cake pan. It's real easy to do, and so we're going to get started. Look at the label. Has a side that you take it off on, right in the corner. Oop, hear that pop? See? Bet you didn't realize that, huh? I had it positioned away from me. You just turn the can. You're going to take these right out, separate them, put them right on your cutting board. Okay, then we're going to take them. These are 10. I'm just going to lay them out. And what we're going to do first off is we're going to cut them into quarters. You don't want to use the whole biscuit. You want to actually cut it into quarters and then just stick them off to the side. Remember, when we bake these, they're going to rise and expand. So you take all your biscuits. We're going to use 30 biscuits and quarter them all. That's 3 cans of 10 each. And we're just going to take these, as you can see, and you're just cutting them. You don't have to be exact. So we take a regular plastic bag, 1 ounce, 1 gallon. It's a freezer or just a storage bag. Okay. You're going to take your cup of sugar, just dump it right in. Going to take the 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and you can be liberal with it. It doesn't matter if it goes over a little or under a little. There's a nice teaspoon there. Take it, seal it up, and just mix it all together. And there we go. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take 6 or 8 little pieces at a time, put them in, shake it up, and transfer it to your bundt pan or your baking pan. Now, it's important that you grease the pan, because after the cooking process is all done, you invert it onto the plate. That's what is going to create it so that you can peel it apart. So I just take the pan and just spray it liberally all throughout my pan. Make sure I coat it all good. Quick, easy. You can use Wesson. You can use Crisco, okay, just to grease it. That's fine too. So take them. Just make sure they're not all stuck together, okay. You're going to take them, put them right in. Just move them all around. Shake it up. Beautiful. And then you take them, and you're just going to layer them all over the bottom, okay? Doesn't matter whether they're touching or not. And we're going to go through this process to fill the bottom of the pan, 6 or 8 at a time. And then I use raisins. I'll sprinkle as I layer them, and I do a bottom layer, and I'll show you this. I'll sprinkle some raisins around, then I'll do another layer, sprinkle some raisins around so that it all falls in with it. And to do all this, you're talking approximately $6, okay? So we'll do this as the first layer, just so I can show you it. So here it is here, okay? You got your first layer. We're just going to take some of the raisins and just sprinkle them around inside. Doesn't have to be exact. And there it is, okay? Now we're going to do the next layer, raisins and so forth, till I build it up, and then we're going to do our sauce, which is going to be the brown sugar and the butter that we're going to drizzle and pour all over it. That's going to seep down into it before we bake it off. So basically, you're just going to melt it down. You can do the same with margarine if you like the, I can't believe it's not butter, parquet, whatever you feel like. And basically, you're just going to get this melted, get this all started to melt down. And we're going to add the 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and you're going to bring it to a boil, okay? You want to just boil it for about a minute. That'll marry all the ingredients and the taste that's going to come out of it together, okay, which will make it into the syrupy mixture that we're going to pour over the monkey bread. Okay, now see, you can see the butter. It's not completely all melted, but that's okay. I'm ready to put my brown sugar in because the butter is still going to melt. So you just work this all in. So this is a little thick. We're just going to let it heat up now. Takes about a minute. It's real important that you don't overcook it and that you stay on top of it, stirring continuously. And this is starting to boil right now. And this is about the consistency. If you can see the butter, how it's starting to foam around the edges, you're done. Shut your heat off, continue to stir. Getting nice and thick there. And if you can see that, we're ready to go. Now, one of the things I do, because it's real important when you're dealing with hot liquid, sometimes you'll take it and you'll try to like pour it all around. I like taking it from one angle and spinning the pan. It's a little trick, but you spin the pan. That way you're not going to be in a position where you might spill it or burn yourself or your hand as you're trying to do it, okay? So you just take it and you're just going to drizzle it on there. Look at that, right on there. Spin your pan. Any little extra that you have sitting here, as you can see, I'm just going to take this and put it down. It smells wonderful too. When you cook brown sugar and butter, it gives off this sort of like a caramel apple, you know, that you dip. Oh, it's wonderful. So here this is now, and as you can see, it's all along the top, and it's going to start drizzling down through the monkey bread and all the little nooks and crannies that we have in there with the raisins. This is ready to go in the oven. We're going to put it in for 30 minutes at 350 degrees, and I'll show you what it looks like when we take it out. So here we are. We got the monkey bread, just came out of the oven, sat for 10 minutes. It's important that you let it sit for 10 minutes, okay, because then that'll let it all absorb, get in there, because when you flip it over, you don't want it just to melt and all fall apart on you, okay? What I do basically is I'll take it and I'll just flip it right over on a pan. Look at that, okay? Now that's as quick and as easy as you can do it. Now what you do is by putting it on this, you can drizzle some raspberry sauce, chocolate sauce, whatever you want around the edges to make your dish look really good. And now it's all ready to just pull apart. So just to show you for argument's sake, that's all you do. I got a little knife here, okay? But you're just going to take this and pull this right apart. And that's why it's called monkey bread, because you can pull this. Look at this. And it's steaming. It's hot. And I'm going to eat this right now in front of you. Oh my God. That is so good. You can see the raisins all inside. You can do this quick, economical, on a shoestring budget at home. CNY Flavor is where you learn how to do this. Enjoy. Hey, Scott Trader here, host of CNY Flavor, and I'm really excited about today's show because CNY Flavor is the first cooking show that features Central New York flavors of our community and the local things that we do. And I'm sitting here at Candies and Cupcakes in Rome, New York, with the first CNY Cupcakery. I love that word, cupcakery. And I'm sitting with the owner, Liz Davis, the young, bubbly, vibrant Liz Davis, who is the owner and operator. And you have a wonderful store here, Liz. Can you give the customers your address?
Sure. It's 2047 North Madison Street in Rome, and the phone number is 794-6019.
Now, Liz, what are your hours at this location?
We're open Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 6, and then Saturday, 9 to 5, and Sunday, 9 to 1.
What a lot of people out there are looking at, they don't understand when you say candies and cupcakes, okay, just what that entails. And I look around and I see all different candies stepping back from the time I was a kid and probably beyond, in some of the newer stuff. And I was pretty amazed at some of the things you have for sale. Could you tell the audience a little bit about the candies and cupcakes that you actually have?
Well, it's basically just a big candy store, because that's why I definitely wanted it to be. Even if I didn't do cupcakes, I know I wanted to open a candy store. And so it would just seemed natural to just combine both. And then the cupcakes, we've been doing it for like about 3-4 years now, and we have over 40 flavors, and they're all made from scratch too.
40 flavors? And you have some specialty cupcakes too.
We do. We have, we option on gluten-free cupcakes, sugar-free cupcakes. We make cupcakes for dogs that are all natural.
Dogs. So I have dogs, and if I wanted to buy my pets some treats, you make them.
We make them on the weekends, yes.
Okay. Now, you mentioned gluten-free. That's pretty big today. Something that's been spreading across the country for people that are celiac and they can't have those certain grains. You make them so that they actually taste good, though.
Yes.
And you can't tell the difference, can you?
No, you can't, actually. They're actually really tasty, especially the chocolate one.
So, Liz, I got to ask you, you mentioned 40 different flavors of cupcakes. You know, I've been in the business 39 years. I'm a chef, and I can think of a lot of flavors. But for cupcakes, I can't come up with 40. Can you talk a little bit about the different flavors that you offer here?
Well, we used to offer more flavors, but people just got so they couldn't decide what they wanted.
More than 40?
Yeah. And so we carry about 9 basic flavors every day and like 2 or 3 specialty flavors.
If you carry 9, you're leaving 20-something out. Is that for like special events, weddings? Do you do that? Do you do showers? What do you do?
We do pretty much everything. We do like small events like birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, baby showers, christenings.
Graduations?
Yeah.
So if anybody that's watching this is having a shower or an anniversary or whatever party, they could work with you and you would cater to their needs.
We even do tastings in the store, so if people want to schedule time to come in, they can choose 4 or 5 out of the case and try them.
That's a wonderful service. That's a lost art of customer service right there, where I can come in and actually sample the stuff. I look around and I see all sorts of different candies. Talk a little bit about some of those candies.
I mean, we try to carry lots of candies, but it's kind of hard to get every single person satisfied with what we have. But we carry like lots of sour candies, gummy candies, hard candies. We carry sugar-free candies, chocolate candies, old-fashioned ones that are hard to find.
You're a young woman just starting out. Your mom gave you a lot of help, right?
Yes.
Would you like to give a shout out to your mom?
Sure. Thanks, Mom, for all your help.
Thanks, Mom. That's it. Mom's got to get the help there. Well, you know what? It's really been a privilege here to be able to sit down and talk with you and see this concept, because this concept is sweeping the nation. It's in every genre, every city now, and to have it here in upstate New York is it's a privilege and it's an honor to get to sit down and talk with you. And I'm actually going to purchase some of the stuff and bring home to my grandkids before I leave. Is there anything you'd like to tell the audience that's watching right now on the effects of why they should come in here and give you a try?
I think it's good to support local bakeries, and anything that's local that you can help support is great.
And it's the best.
Instead of ordering things from New York City like crumbs and things like that, I think it's great to get things you can get around here.
Oh, that's great. Well, I wish you all the best. It's been a pleasure for CNY Flavor to come to this location and to be able to talk with you and find out everything that you do here.
Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you. Thank you very much, Liz.